Yo, what is good, guys? I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Friday, that was a crazy day. I hope you were on the right side of it. And if you've been watching my videos, you should have been. So what comes next? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin, the US dollar, oil, Apple, Tesla, Biotech, semiconductors, the VIX, and SPY. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you where we're going to be going, what to be looking out for, just everything you need to know. So with all that being said, let's hop into it. Make sure to show the video some love, give it a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, Friday, that was exactly what we were expecting pretty much. I did not think that drop would happen that fast, but that's the move I expected to happen. Up to 421 and then down to 405. I'm going to show you a video, the clip where I said that's what would be happening, or that's what I would expect to happen. So before all of that, we're just going to start off with the Bitcoin and oil. Oil is looking very interesting. I think it's going to be an easy money play in the coming weeks. So yeah, you're going to want to stay tuned, be watching oil. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about it, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So Bitcoin, in Thursday's video, I believe I said I think it's going to break out of that bear flag soon, and that's going to be the catalyst to or the technical catalyst to push us through the bottom of this bigger bear flag. That's what we got. I'm not really sure what to expect. It's holding on 20,000. I'm not really going to try to predict anything here. It's holding up. We'll just have to see how it goes. But oil is looking very, very interesting. So in Thursday's video, I said we're going to be looking for a specific level to hold. I'm going to put that up quick. So it was, you can go back to it. I said this rectangle right here, this is the area you want to watch to be holding. We bounced at the bottom of it, the 50% of this wave. So what this means, this could be the start of a bullish development, an upturn on oil. So you got your retrace for the wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this holds, we breach the top. I think this really could show some more upside. And that's what I've been saying since we were down here. But right now, I think we could be looking at pushing close to 100 a barrel. So this is on crude oil futures. So ticker to be watching, CL1. That's what you want to be watching if you want to be on the hunt for some money making opportunities. This is one right here. So look for this to continue pushing up to the upside. The 1 day is showing plenty of upside. So the dollar, this is pretty cool. It tested that line I drew out a couple videos back on the dot. It tested it right on the dot and shot right back up. And I've been saying, I think it's probably going to come and test this line. It looks the most relevant. This one was kind of far away, and that's what we got. You got your test, and you're pushing back to those highs again already. So not too much to say about this. You're really just going to want to be watching if you break that high. I think you could be pushing up to 100, 112. So the dollar, if it breaks, there's some good upside. Apple, not too much to say, not too much to work with. I'm still eyeing that gap since we're up here. I said that's a pretty big gap. I think it's going to be really eyeing that gap. So I'm not in it. I'm not trading it. It was something I said in the Discord though. I said, we shorted it all the way back in here. I said, it looks like a guaranteed short. That's what we played in there. And then I said we're going to get another opportunity. I reposted that message somewhere around here. And so far it's heading down the way we expected. So Apple's doing good. Tesla, this is very interesting. So if you've been watching my videos, I've been able to tell you when SPY's going to break out because of the Bollinger Bands in the Keltner channel. When these start tightening up, it's signaling tightening volatility, and it's gearing up for a big breakout. Now, this is on a very high time frame. This is on the daily chart. Tesla is going to have a gigantic move soon. And I would think to the downside would make more sense. It's already pushing that bottom line, so once this breaks out, it is going to be an enormous move. And I've been saying I've been eyeing this gap for a while now. I'm still watching that gap. Before that was 800, so now that's, I guess, like 250. But yeah, I'm watching that gap to get filled. So it's going to break out. I'm not sure how long, maybe like a week or two, but it's gearing up. Biotech, we've been watching for this formation, that new low. We shorted up here, back here. We held through. We sold on this candle, and just been waiting it out. So I think it could break that low and move to 82. The ticker for that would be LAPD. So Testing those lows, it could double bottom, but yeah, I'm not playing this. I'm just kind of watching to see how it goes. Semiconductors, we've been making so much money on this in the Discord. Right now, it's at a very big level here where I think it's gonna see a lot of sellers. But I don't think it's really having too much trouble. I mean, you can see it's really just blasting through that level, but I think there's gonna be a lot of sellers or just pressure that it's dealing with right at this area. So not too much to say about it. It's been doing exactly as we expected so far. Gigantic breakout, kind of back tested it, but didn't come all the way back to the line. But we sold on this candle in the Discord, and I said we're probably coming back to 37. Went a little lower. That's where I said I'm considering entry, and it's gone up like 17% since then, 20%, something like that. So the VIX, we reclaimed the trend line right after we lost it, so that was very interesting. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen inside of this gap because what it just did kind of makes the most sense to me, just because it didn't make sense to hang under this trend line the way SPY was developing to the downside. I was expecting that big break, so I didn't think the VIX was going to hang out down in this area, but it reclaimed that trend line very quickly, as well as got past this 25 area, which is a pretty big area. So on the SPY, I got a lot of stuff to show you. The first things I want to show you are that Fibonacci channel and the Fib circle we've been watching for quite a while now. So I think I'm just going to show you, and the volume profile, I'm going to show you in a little bit. I have a clip. We're going to go back in the past to one of my videos from a few weeks ago where I was saying we literally have to come down here to test liquidity in this region. So I found it very helpful to go back to my previous videos and see kind of what I said, especially as a reminder, because sometimes I forget my plans and my thought processes, and going back and watching my own videos really solidifies my thought processes and just keeps me on track. So we're going to be coming back to this pretty soon. So we're going to start off with the Fib circle. I just want to show you how unbelievably perfect this thing is. So I drew it from these two extreme points at the center of really just the entire move of 2022. So like, I'll zoom out later, but so from this high to this low, you can see these perfect transition points, and I really do mean perfect. Like, just look for yourself. Look at how perfect that is. So that's just something really fascinating. We're going to move into the Fibonacci channel. So this is definitely the one. So in Thursday's video, I specifically said we're going to want to see how it interacts with the 0.236 fib of this channel. We rejected perfectly off of it and just started plummeting. This has to do with Elliott wave 2 our fib targets, which hit exactly on the dot, which I'm going to show you too. But we might be heading down to the 2.618 of this channel. I'm not too focused on what it does with this channel. I was really just focused on what was happening in this region. So it hit that level. I was really kind of like looking forward to seeing how it interacts with, but other than that, we just got shot down pretty hard. So the fib fractal, this is something I haven't really been showing you guys, but I started showing you back here. This is a macro fractal, which has been showing up since 2011, and I said once we're getting up here, we're at the top. I was saying we were at the top. I said, like, don't buy there. I was very, very straightforward with my thought process on that was the top. In the Discord, we bought puts at 429. We sold them here, went long here, sold that, and we're still short, making a load of money right now, which I'm going to explain my position a little bit more once we get into the Elliott wave. So the fractal, just kind of showing you what it's been doing, and I decided I'm just going to show you this, so maybe you can pick it apart for yourself and see where all of these parts are coming from. But these are all fractals that I have found that are exactly perfect to areas that have played out in the future, and I mean exactly perfect. I'll zoom in so you can really see it. But so this was kind of a skeptical area which did not play out. It went into an alternating fractal, but as you can see here, it's consistent with the gap downs, gap ups. Like, just look for yourself. This isn't some conspiracy theory stuff. It's genuinely identical to these prior areas. So screenshot that part I showed you. I'm not going to go over it, but the fractal's been playing out perfectly as expected. So the daily and the weekly I'm going to go over. These have kind of been at this very crucial, important area here. So the daily RSI, we were watching for that bounce at the 50. I said, I think it needs to test to get relief. That's what we got, and we got shot down on my target. So no surprises there. The weekly too, under 50. So this is really big, actually. We'll see how it interacts with that moving average, but that's pretty significant that it's back under 50 on the weekly. So now I'm going to go back into the session volume profiles on the 1 hour, and I'm going to show you a clip of where I was kind of explaining this, how it has to test liquidity in these regions. So specifically this one right here, which we actually just hit. So test liquidity, that's what I've been saying. We've made all of these areas that have not really been tested. We have to go to some of these at least. And I'm looking for the low 400s on this retrace. We have to test these. We need to test liquidity because you can't do this forever. You have to establish supports on the way up, and I'm going to show you the Elliott wave. So, that's just me saying how that whole process works, where you have to build up supports, and you can't do this. Like, we went straight up for how many weeks, and that was expected. I made videos down here saying we're going to 430, or we could see 430 before new lows, and it's starting to look like it again. It really is. So it's a process. It's not going to happen in one day, but the fear is coming back. That's what we expected. At least if you've been watching my videos, you know what I've been thinking. I did not let that squeeze throw me off. So now we're going to go into the Elliott wave theory, I think. Actually, before I forget, divergences. You have all of these divergences everywhere on all time frames. The MACD and RSI, where you got higher highs or higher lows, while the price is making lower lows. So this is very interesting. It's, I believe, all the way up to the 4 hour, maybe just the 2 hour, but you get the point. Yeah, up to the 2 hours. So divergences to be watching. This could produce quite the significant, I guess, like slingshot to the upside once we hit some targets that I'm going to point out to you guys. So I think we're good to hop into the Elliott wave. So yeah, I think we are. So a lot happened on Friday. I think what I need to do is really refresh my previous thoughts and just everything that happened. So first off, I'm going to I'm going to show you guys the videos first. So this one was before this video. You can see we're at 413. Yeah, so 420, almost 421, right underneath that gap. So it would likely be a fake out gap fill before maybe making a lower low under 410 and then moving all the way up to fill this gap, maybe this gap too. But we're not going to look that far ahead yet. So that was when I really started thinking we're going to move to 420, 421 before going sub 410. And this is me reiterating that point. I think it was the next day. So wait for 421-ish, and I think you could see that move tomorrow. You hit this target today, so I also pointed this out in yesterday's video. This is the area you're going to want to be watching for the rejection. We were down here or something, and I said, this is where you want to be watching. That's what we hit today. So you can move all the way up to here and still be bearish, and you would move down to 407, I believe, 405. So where are we now? 405. So it's all been going exactly according to what I've been expecting, exactly according to the plan since the beginning. So this is where we are right now. You're breaking this first level, so there's a lot of possibilities here. And on Friday, I was attempting, so this was the tricky part on Friday. This is 5 waves from what I could see, and after 5 waves you get an ABC. This is an impulsive wave. You get your correction before another impulsive wave higher. So this was very tricky. I was really watching for if we broke 421 area, that 421 area, you could see 444. And so this whole time I was extremely cautious of getting a bounce, trapping like a lot of people and then moving up to 444 because, you know, this would have been wave 1, this would have been an ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would have been the start of a bigger wave. So what I was watching for was it to hold at these fib levels, and I attempted to go like long right here, and like I took like a 0.2% loss, and then I was looking for a double bottom, and it didn't hold that double bottom, and I was like, this thing is gone. I'm holding my short position till the low 400s, and it sold off the rest of the day. So that was very enjoyable if you were on the right side of it. And I was so confident. I was really stressing that point where we can go to 421 and expect to return under 410. So I said this multiple times. I would like to see 419 to 450 to 421 before considering shorting. I wasn't even considering it back here, or wherever it was, just because I knew it had to go a little higher, and that's what happened. We went a little higher, and we're getting annihilated right now. So what is next? So this is where it gets a little tricky trying to time this. I don't think it's gonna be that hard, but so if this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is what am I doing here? Give me a second. So okay, first off, I think it's important that I show you the bigger picture here. So these retrace levels from this low, these are really big levels here. 401.50. I didn't make these lines exact. Close enough. So this is a really big area because in 5 waves, if this is the fourth, this would be the 4th wave. So if you retrace, this is the lowest you can go. You can't go past this in wave 4. And if you hold there, you can go to higher highs, but this is 5 waves down. So it's contradicting. It's getting a little unlikely that you hold this area. The fundamentals of the market are horrible too. China is just failing in every possible way, from real estate to just they're getting destroyed right now in every possible way. So Europe, the Eurozone getting destroyed by inflation, energy costs are skyrocketing. It's not good right now. Technicals only take you so far on the macro scale, and right now the fundamentals, really the only thing I could see us pushing like really, really high would be a historical melt up from short positions getting just melted, a melt up pretty much. So other than that, the fundamentals, you got quantitative tightening coming. They're doubling the rate in September to nearly 100 billion. They haven't even started it. They were supposed to be doing like 43 billion, and last month they only did like 25 billion. They actually bought 3 billion in bonds or derivatives or something. So they have not even started pulling liquidity out of the markets. So there's a much bigger picture here than just head and shoulders, some like Elliott waves and stuff. The fundamentals are going to drive this thing into the ground. So if the technicals do switch around, I have no problem switching my bias, but everything from real estate to just pretty much everything is just going into oblivion. So where was I? I went a little off track there. Volume profile. So I gave you the bigger picture, what could happen. It's pretty unlikely, but 401.50, if you break that, all bullish scenarios are pretty much out of the picture. If you break this, it's game over. So now we're going to zoom in and really look at the minute-to-minute, the day-to-day targets, what we're looking for. I'm already on the 50-minute. So you find your target by doing this. This is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are at the first target right now. But just from the fact that was such an incredible and like strong sell-off, just absolutely relentless, I don't think buyers are just going to want to come in right away. I don't think it's just going to do this like V-shaped thing. It's unlikely. It could happen, but I don't think it would. But let me draw this out so I can make it a little more clear. Wave 4, wave 5, I think you really want to be looking at 397.50. This also lines up with a really big demand zone. So I'm gonna put that up, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So this is where it starts basically. So there's this huge volume gap. I've explained this in plenty of my videos where you get into this, and there's not really any liquidity. So it's really a liquid zone where you just move right through it basically, and that's what's happened every single time you go in there. So right now, you're basically sitting on top of it. This is where you are right now. You literally right here. So this is a really big area. If you start moving into this, 397.50 looks like a pretty magnetic target, I would say. Like, it wants to go there. And what happens after you get to there? You get your retrace, because this is 5 waves. So after 5 waves, you get your ABC, and that would be wave 2. So I'm saying a lot here. It might sound confusing, but just picture this like that, and wave 2 can retrace up to over 80. Here, let me put the fibs up so you can see the visuals. So if we move down to 397.50 and you retrace up to 85.4%, right here, that fills the gap before 27, before getting you moved down to 380, I believe. So you fill this gap. There's a lot of incentive. It makes perfect sense to me. We'll see how it plays out in the future, but that's what really does make sense to me. So that's really all I have for this video. Wave 5 possibilities, I'm going to give you this. So 397 really does seem like where it wants to go. Let me zoom in a little more. But there's always that chance that it doesn't. So I'm going to show you what those other levels are. So 390, 383. 390 I feel like would be the absolute bottom for this move, just because, that's a huge move. And not only that, you have pretty big support from what I can see here. You have a gap there that would get filled. Let's see how, if you have a demand zone, yeah, gigantic. Yeah, I don't think you would go past that. And if you do 383, not financial advice, but I would buy that. Just because that is insane. And also that would probably line up with this support too. So this is that support I've been looking to get tested for a while. It has to do with that fractal as well. Let me clean this up quick. So yeah, give me a second here. So that green line here, this is what happens in every one of these fractals. You come down all the way, test this line. Or that's what's been happening. So I think we might get a little more downside before some relief. I don't think there's any reason to be in a rush to try to go long, try to catch this bottom, because the fear is kicking back in. The dollar pushing those highs again. Bitcoin, maybe, I don't know. I think there's no reason not to be against being patient right now, if you're not in any positions especially. But I think I'm looking to scale out of my short position soon. If we get to 401, 397 especially, I would be scaling out there and probably scaling into a long position, looking for a gigantic bounce. So that's all I have for this video. If you watched the whole thing through, show it some love, give it a like and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord, that will be in the description, and we'll see you how tomorrow goes. Yeah, peace out, guys.